Hey there, friends! If you're enjoying these stories from the ancient world, don't forget to follow the channel so you can catch this and all our future videos. And, it really helps us out if you subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thanks for your support. The best preserved Roman colony in the world. Well, that's quite a claim, isn't it? Out in the scorching red sands of Algeria, right on the edge of the Sahara, you'll find what might just be the finest example anywhere of a Roman veteran colony. This wasn't just some tiny outpost. No, it was a whole city, built especially for retired soldiers. It tells us a lot about how these colonies looked and what life was really like for the veterans who called them home. So, how did Rome treat its veterans? And what kind of rewards did they get after years of service? Well, let's take a closer look. The city of Timgad is our best preserved example. Its perfectly intact grid layout shows the typical Roman approach to urban planning, orderly, logical and, repeatable. Emperor Trajan founded Timgad in the year 100 AD. Trajan, the emperor who expanded Rome to its largest size, was famous for his wars in Dacia, that's modern Romania, and against the Parthians, Rome's great eastern rivals. Being a soldier himself, he understood the importance of rewarding veterans for their service. The city was clearly defined. 3 gates, 2 main streets. The Decumanus ran east to west, while the Cardo ran north to south, just like in many other Roman colonies. But in Timgad, the Cardo didn't go all the way through. It ended at the Forum, right where the 2 streets crossed. Every Roman city had a forum, the public square, and a theatre. This was the beating heart of the community. By the western gate stood the Arch of Trajan, a classic Roman triumphal arch. The whole city was designed in the image of Rome itself. It measured 380 by 330 meters. You could cross it on foot in under 5 minutes. Not a huge city, but you can see on Google Earth how it grew beyond its original limits once the central area filled up. In the southwest corner was a huge temple complex dedicated to Jupiter, Juno and Minerva. Massive for such a small city, a clear sign of loyalty to Rome's official religion and power. There were also several bathhouses and even a library. Only one of 2 Roman libraries still known today, the other being in Ephesus. This tells us that even on the edge of the empire, culture and learning mattered. So, Roman city planning was standardized and easy to copy, kind of like how a McDonald's in Rome looks a lot like one in New York, with a few exceptions. Another colony Trajan founded was Colonia Ulpia Traiana in Germany, with the same square grid style. These designs came from Roman military camps called castra, but colonies were larger and more permanent. Rome had been founding colonies since its earliest expansions in Italy, settling Roman citizens in newly conquered lands. Many modern Italian cities, like Florence, Bologna, Parma and Cremona, still follow the old Roman grid. The first colony outside Italy was Italica in modern Spain, founded during the Second Punic War. Italica, interestingly, was the birthplace of both Trajan and Hadrian. By the imperial period, colonies for veterans became common. Army service in those days was a real career, 25 years long. If you survived, you earned Roman citizenship for yourself and your family, if you weren't a citizen already, plus other rewards. Non-citizens served in the auxilia, specialized troops like archers or cavalry, while citizens joined the heavy infantry legions. Veterans in Timgad got farmland outside the city and a plot inside for a house. North Africa was much greener and more fertile back then, Each housing plot measured 20 by 20 meters, big enough for multi-story apartment-style homes called insulae, often shared by several veteran families. This equal plot distribution suggests a fairly equal society with everyone knowing each other, especially since they had served together for decades. Veterans were also exempt from some taxes, and if they didn't want farmland, they could take a cash payout to start a business. For many, this was a dream retirement. Quiet life, fresh air, no big city crime, afternoons at the baths, the theatre or the library. An inscription found in Timgad reads, "Hunting, bathing, playing, laughing, that's life." By the 3rd century AD, Timgad had grown into a prosperous city of about 15,000 people exporting farm goods to Rome. But its golden age didn't last. In the 5th century, the Vandals, a Germanic tribe, swept through North Africa, sacked Rome itself in 455 AD, and looted treasures, including the sacred spoils from the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. That's where we get the modern word vandalism. The Vandals also damaged Timgad, but the city survived until the Arab conquests around 700 AD. After that, it was abandoned, buried by drifting desert sand, and forgotten for over 1,000 years. It was rediscovered in 1765 by the Scottish explorer James Bruce, but real excavation only began in the late 1800s under French colonial rule, continuing into the 1960s. Today, Timgad is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a priceless archaeological gem, a little Rome on the edge of the Sahara. Finally, I just want to thank you all for listening and, encourage you to follow the channel and watch future videos. Subscribe.